I think it says we're going live.
No,
I think we're here. I don't actually know if I'm here until my existence is validated by others. Plus, there's a delay between what we can see and what you can see, and so it gets confusing.
That's true.
I need to know I can be heard before I am willing to go further. Sorry. Wow, that's a very long delay today.
Yeah.
Oh, why isn't mine doing it? Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Okay, I'm looking at the phone. I'm just going to sit up straight. I have to wait for the delay to catch up to me, and I'll tell you if I think we're uneven here. Thank you, X. We're here. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Lords.
John Brownstone.
Of Loving BDSM, where we help kinksters like you have happy, healthy, power exchange relationships. This is our weekly live stream where we record our podcast, the audio version of which hits all major podcast apps every Friday. We are here 5 minutes early. If you are here for the live stream and don't like idle chit-chat, this one won't be the one for you. But you've got time to go do whatever. If you're here after the live stream, but before I put in timestamps, and you don't like idle chit-chat, fast forward by at least 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, my God, that delay. Okay, I think we're centered this time. And looking at us on the camera, I think we're centered. And we have static.
Yep, that's why I was...
Yep. I had to refresh too, Silent.
Yeah, I had to refresh as well.
Last time you got the static to go away by unplugging and replugging and messing with the pluggy thing.
Turn this off. It's not me.
Okay, but the delay hasn't caught up.
Okay, well, let's see.
Yeah, well, let's wait until after you've hit your button and you say, it isn't me. I think it might be you. Because Silence said, okay, don't move. The hissing is gone. Is the hissing gone because he turned his mic off?
I think so.
Are we going to have to return that one too? My goodness. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Now, last time I had to start it. Okay, well, let's see what happens now.
Yeah, y'all let us know. X was like, yeah, it's tripping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that mic has already been, whatever that is, has already been replaced once.
Transmitter.
That's the word. Silent, it's the one that replaced the one that came to us that was screwed up.
Right.
Okay, Silent says no static so far.
Okay.
Okay. And Silent says the latency is 20 seconds. Time moves very slow when I'm not actively focused on something. So that 20 seconds seems like a whole heck of a lot to me. Which is why corner time is so rough. So awful.
Okay, so now
Okay, so
I'm going to turn that down.
there we go. The static is gone. I will say hello to people.
Say hello.
I'm going to say hello. I got to scroll. Hi, X. Hi, Silent. Hi, Tayshu. Scrolling. I'm scrolling. Hi, Julie. Hi, Claire. I'm scrolling. Hi, Tearful Sweetheart. And thank you for letting us know. Scrolling. Okay. I think I've said hello to everybody. Tayshu asked if we had swapped the transmitters to make sure it's not the equipment it connects to.
No, I haven't.
That would be something to try next time. But if we've got it static free,
For the moment,
keep it that way.
let's go with it. Yeah.
keep it that way.
Mm-hmm.
What have you got for the butt rub?
Our preheating is over.
We're heated,
Yeah.
but I don't know. We're gonna get hotter than we are now.
I know.
So aren't we still preheating? I don't know how it really works if we're gonna use that analogy. I really don't. It's trying to rain outside,
Yes.
which is actually good because that means it'll cool everything off for 5 whole minutes. Actually, didn't you tell me that we were going into with some rain coming in?
Supposedly
actual
we're
rain?
supposed to go into a rainy
Supposed to cool
period
off a little
here
bit.
starting by tomorrow. And then our temperatures are going to drop relative,
Low 80s instead of low
no,
90s.
mid to upper 80s instead of...
Oh, my 10-day might have changed then, because I was seeing like 82.
Oh,
I was
maybe
getting so excited.
Maybe it's changed since then. I have to check that out.
And that's how you know you've gotten old. Because not only do you pay attention to the weather and talk about the weather, you keep track of the weather. Hey, Kim. You know, I did not realize what shirt JB was wearing, Julie, until I saw your comment and I looked over. And I was cleaning out my side of the closet, clothes-wise, not junk-wise. We haven't cleaned that out of the closet. But clothing-wise, I was cleaning out my side of the closet over the weekend. And I came across that shirt and I went, oh, yeah, that's right. He used to label himself. It used to be necessary.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, Kim.
Oh, Kim.
Yeah, you missed that one. Oh, and I meant to say, but then we got tied up in the static situation.
Mm-hmm.
For anybody who does like actually use the timestamps, if you don't watch live and you're watching after the fact, those timestamps are coming later than they used to, because we finish here around 9:30 and I am clocked out for the day. Last week I screwed up. I had a really bad Thursday last week. I didn't even work. I was in bed for most of the day. Or I barely worked, and it meant that I did not get timestamps for the Wednesday night live stream in until like Thursday night. It was wild.
Oh, gosh.
It's not how I like to do it.
That's cutting it close.
I know. It used to be that within an hour, usually after a stream was over, on our air quote normal time, I had timestamps in, but not on this summertime. Oh gosh, Taishu. Taishu said, this year we've experienced 100 degree temperatures 2 months early, and now we're getting April weather.
Oh, wow.
That's wild. I saw on a couple of different spots, so I think it's probably accurate, but somebody correct me if it's not, that the, I can't remember if the official name is the tornado belt, or there's a band, several 100-mile wide, several 100-mile long band within the United States, like Tornado Alley. Maybe that's what it's called. I know Hurricane Alley, so it is shifted 500 miles, I think I saw, to the east. I was like, because of climate change.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, our state is in a drought, and I do not believe this amount of rain we're getting is doing anything to like fix the drought.
No, because they go by the amount of rain we get, but they also like how low the aquifer is getting.
Gotcha.
Because we're not getting enough rain, it's not refilling the aquifer.
So, yay, climate change. I heard somebody say this recently, and it was something I said years ago and then forgot, because the moment I heard it, I went, oh yeah, I used to say that. It's because I did some freelance copywriting for insurance companies years ago. And it was this argument that for all the folks who want to deny that climate change is a thing, it is impacting us, whatever, this person pointed out that insurance companies sure as hell do believe in it, because they are 100% like planning out, pricing out, because all these disasters that come through, these storms and stuff, do all this damage, fires, all that, because of climate change. It's like, if for the deniers, go with the capitalist argument when all else fails. I don't know. We are 3 minutes after 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Because I got sidetracked. So we're here. Y'all can tell from the title what we're doing. I do not promise rants. I can never promise rants. But one did make me think that I wanted the person asking the question to get angry. And so I don't know if that means I'll rant about it, but I think this person should rant about it, quite frankly. If you enjoy this, we love a thumbs up. If you like it enough to want to come back for more, I think I said that right, please consider subscribing.
And go ahead and ring the notification bell to get updates and new content.
Just do what Daddy says. And what else does Daddy say? After I've said hello to everybody, what does Daddy say?
Hello, everyone.
There we go.
Are we official now?
We're official now. If you like what we do, you want to help us keep doing more of it and get some extra stuff you can't get anywhere else, you can join us on Patreon. Link is down below. Join for as little as $2 a month. You get access to our Discord server. We're doing movie night this coming Sunday, May 31st. It's the only reason I know that date. And we do a behind the scenes podcast episode every month. It is audio only, but since 2025 we are talking more about our power exchange and what we're doing to work on it. Quite frankly, we've had a lot of movement this month. We still need to record that episode for May, but there's been some stuff happening in the background, and that's where we talk about that a little bit more in depth. So if you want to help us keep doing what we're doing, get more, blah de blah, link down below, patreon.com/KaylaLords, whatever. Okay, now you can hit the button.
Okay.
Oh, actually, before you hit the button, sorry. I wanted to do this.
My hand's off the button.
I wanted to do this announcement YouTube only because podcast listeners do not give a shit. We are still doing our fundraiser for Equality Florida. This will be the last video, stream, whatever, of May that it shows up on. Oh, I just hit my own mic because my hand waver. So if you have a few dollars you want to throw towards it, they do great work here in the state of Florida to fight anti-LGBTQ plus legislation and to endorse and help encourage the passage of good LGBTQ plus legislation. I just saw a notification come through. We follow them on Instagram, where the work they did as Equality Florida with the help of the public and people making calls and visiting Tallahassee and everything helped finally get funding back for AIDS and HIV medication and education and stuff that normally the state funds, and then they stopped, and we got it back. And Equality Florida with other partner groups and everything helped work on that. So they do a lot of good work here in Florida.
Yeah, they do.
I believe every state in the country has their own version. Sometimes called Your State Name Equality. Sometimes it's Equality Your State Name. So feel free to look that up for your own area, see what they're doing. Yeah, fundraiser down below or to the side, depending on what kind of screen you're watching us on. Okay, now you may hit the button.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna just sort of jump right into this.
All right.
This is the first time doing a BDSM episode with our new setup, with me having to do it from my phone. So I don't have everything pulled up, and if you need to read the post as well, you're gonna have to take my phone from me.
Yep.
Okay, let me get here. Title: Newbie here. Received a degrading message on FetLife. In other news, water is wet.
Right.
No, but here we go. Self-explanatory. I made a FetLife account and my kinks say that I'm into verbal degradation. This is true. But there are certain things I'm not okay with, and I like it to be discussed beforehand and with somebody I feel comfortable around. I received a degrading message from a man twice my age, basically calling me ugly, and I feel absolutely horrible. I blocked him. Am I in the wrong since my profile says I'm into degrading? I'm totally not okay with having my physical appearance degraded at all. I mostly like being, slut-shamed and being called a stupid bitch. So this one's an easy one for anybody who's been around for a minute, and that is, what would your answer be?
Well, that's unfortunately, sadly, that is common for FetLife. And, they ran into a person who does not respect boundaries.
Right. And so they were not in the wrong.
No, not at all.
Anybody who's been around for 5 minutes probably knows that. I wanted to read this because I do see people who are new to FetLife or new to kink, who will question whether they, air quote, deserve this kind of treatment, because, well, I put my kinks out there. I said I like this thing, and this person tried to give it to me. This is just the PSA that no.
That's a red flag.
That's a red flag. They do not respect boundaries. Just because you're into a kink doesn't mean you want to do it with everybody. I love their response, though. They knew they didn't like that. They understand their own boundaries around that kind of kink, and they blocked that person.
Right.
That's the best response.
Absolutely.
That is the best response.
Yep.
Too many people will either indulge or, walk away feeling, negatively about it, but the person is still allowed some level of access to their account. And block, delete, move on. But I did, this is a quick and easy one. I wanted to put it out there for anybody who's new or anybody who's ever questioned that. No, I am a submissive. I'm not everybody's fucking submissive, right? I am JB's submissive after he did the work and we negotiated and we built the trust and blah, 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 blah. Not because I popped it up on Fat and it's like, I'm a submissive. And hell, half those fuckers don't read anyway. The amount of DMs I used to get when I was a little bit more active, from typically cis men who wanted me to dom them. It was like, honey, you really are not reading the room right now. But yeah, it is common, unfortunately, but no.
Yeah.
I wanted an easy one because, come on. I thought the PSA would hopefully help somebody.
That's true.
So here we go to the next one.
Okay.
This one's kind of easy, but also it's worthy of a discussion. Title: The doms I meet keep turning out to just be misogynists. I've been trying to meet more kinky people and find good play partners, mostly on FetLife and Munches, and it isn't going very well. While I don't want to generalize, I can't think of a single man I have met who identifies themselves as dominant and didn't turn out to be just a misogynist using kink language to justify it. I worry that I'm starting to develop stereotypes because the same thing keeps happening so many times. Men anywhere from 20 to 50 will start messaging me, talking about what we're into or what interests us about kink, and they'll say something a little suspicious like, it just feels right, or that's just what makes sense to me. I withhold judgment, those are fairly innocuous statements, and continue talking, but inevitably something comes up that makes it clear that they are practicing kink in a way that doesn't align with my views. I've met multiple people who use total power exchange as a socially acceptable way of saying, I want to control a woman / control women. Some doms I've met have referred to past partners or women in general as sluts. Once when I was discussing CNC, the person I was talking to referred to the dom continuing when the sub says no as, air quote, like a marriage, which was the fastest I've ever blocked someone. Ooh. There are also a lot of people saying, quote, that's where you belong / quote, you were made for this way too early on in getting to know someone. I don't want to generalize and start treating all dominant men as misogynists, but I don't know how to maintain an open mind when this specific circumstances happen so consistently. I can feel myself losing interest in talking to kinky people at all as the subconscious stereotyping takes hold. Now, when someone has the same kinks I do, I inadvertently steer away from them. There are a couple kinks that I now can't even really picture myself enjoying with a man for fear that their heart is in the wrong place. A misogyny kink isn't fun and interesting to me if the person facilitating it is just an actual misogynist. How can I keep my mind open? Are there any good indicators to look for that distinguish real doms from assholes who want to control and or hurt people? How can you tell the difference between a sadist? It says a sadist and a sadist. I think they mean like a fun sadist and a misogynistic, gross person, abuser, but I'm not sure. Are there any online spaces where you have found a lower population density of assholes? Nope. That one let me answer first. The BDSM community is just a cross-section of humanity. Whatever the proportion of assholes there are in the world, we got it. I do want to say my snarky thing.
Okay.
It's not all men, but my God, it's always a man. It's not all of you. Some of you are great. I'm married to a great one, but some of y'all suck. It's awful. So, as a non-misogynist who did probably have to learn some things as you came up, and maybe you at 20 is not you as 60.
Oh, definitely
64.
Not. Definitely not.
What do you say from your perspective? You know, I got thoughts. What is? Where are you on this?
I mean, yeah, there's a shit ton of them people out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I also kind of wonder, for someone attracting that kind of person over and over, like maybe they need to change something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you are not my type.
It's true. It's true.
I broke that mold
True.
to meet you.
True. Do they have a type that they keep going back?
Yeah.
And that type in this sample set is turning out to be misogynist.
Mm-hmm.
I can see where you're coming from. I push back a little bit only because this kind of misogyny is extremely common in all men of all age ranges, presentation, sexuality, like all of it, like ethnicity, everywhere. There are plenty and too many men who are like this, especially with the rise of the manosphere and that whole alpha male bullshit off of the non-kink world. There are certainly the alpha male bro dudes who are using the language of kink to teach people online. I saw Evie had a video about it. Did not watch it because I didn't want to be pissed off. I saw it come through my feed talking about some of these people that they use that language because they're actively looking for a woman that they can oppress. They want that you do as I say and your wants don't matter and I rule and whatever I want. Some people, too many people want that. So for
the wrong reasons. Right.
On some level, I might say yes, other than the fact that they're men, is there a commonality? Like is there something that you find yourself attracted to that across all of these men there's been a similarity? Maybe that's something worth looking into, but that I would not give a pass to the fact that way too many fucking men think this way. And BDSM, specifically Power Exchange, is a very easy place for some of those fuckers to slide in. And if they know just enough of the right language, they can. And they've got a potential submissive who doesn't know enough, does not have strong boundaries like this person does. It's real easy for them to get roped in. And they're using what they might have learned from YouTube. They're using, what they've gleaned from something they saw online, or like, and they're also the type, these, and yes, this is a generality, I know, but these type of men look at women a very specific way. They think all women are submissive. They think all men should be dominant. They probably look at anybody outside of that binary as they don't understand who they are and what they are, nor do they care. I mean, it's not an empathy thing. It's that they think everything else is wrong. They think this is what the world is. And it doesn't matter about consent or trust or any of that. And there's too fucking many of them. It's not all of y'all. There's some great men out there. Some great men who are my friends. I only submit to good men. But my God, the work that had to go into making sure that so that I was comfortable and I trusted you. I made you work real fucking hard to win my trust. Now, part of that is my own trust issues. I know. But part of that is because it is really fucking easy to come across a guy who says some of the right words, but not all. Hopefully they put up a red flag, hard enough, high enough that somebody can see them, and this person could. And I can understand getting sort of, what's the word? I think they used it, sort of like kind of over it, like exhausted by it, like starting to stereotype people. Oh, I've now seen a man and I'm going to assume. Here's the thing. I think it's fucking fair if you assume every male dom you come across is a misogynist. Let them prove themselves. We all have to prove ourselves to any potential partner. But if your experience continues to be those type of men, you are well within your rights to go, I don't believe you're not a misogynist until you prove it to me. Now, you don't have to say that to a person. That could just be your own internal criteria. That way, if they prove to be a misogynist, you are not disappointed. You might be disappointed. You're not surprised. You might be disappointed. You're not surprised. If they prove to actually be one of the good ones, you're like, hey, there's a happy surprise. This is, worth it to me. I wish I felt like there were universal signs you could kind of follow, green flags that go up, because there are plenty of people of all genders who know how to manipulate others, who know how to use the right words to say the thing you want to hear up until a certain point, and then it's kind of like they gotcha. But if you are looking for some things, it is that they are asking about you more than they're talking about themselves. They have a genuine interest in who you are. They're genuinely nice people, and you're like, I would hang out with this person if we were not talking about kink, if this was not a power exchange thing. They care about others. They, I can't pinpoint a specific detail of it. I mean, it's partly because it's been 13 and a half years now, but I know that in the conversations I have with JB, I knew he was interested in me as a person, not me as a submissive, just me as a human. And I knew that by the things he did and the things he said, he cared about others. Like, I didn't make him prove that. He just was that way. And so therefore he expressed that unasked for. I didn't have to go digging. We didn't have to, it wasn't an interview process. He showed that to me. He showed me that he had empathy and compassion for others without it being like a filled out line on an interview questionnaire or something. You know what I mean? And I think those are some of the signs. There's always going to be a manipulator or a narcissist who knows how to. That's not everybody, though. I think most of these kinds of men are kind of dumb. They've got one note that they play, and you'll find them out quick enough if you're paying attention. The thing I would say is, if you are feeling kind of burnt out by it, and you're feeling like, I don't even want to talk to people, to men, let's put it clearly, I don't even want to talk to men because of all these experiences I've had with men. Give yourself a fucking break. Don't. If you are attracted to other genders, seek those out. If you're like, I don't want to do anything, I just want to chill and make friends in the kink community, maybe some of those will eventually be men if they prove themselves to you, but they don't have to be. I get to say this from my perch of being in a long-term power exchange of mostly happy, healthy, submissive, right? If I'm unhappy or unhealthy, it's not because of JB, it's life. But you know what I mean? There's a luxury and a privilege I have of looking out on a single person going, here's what I think you should do. I hesitate to make proclamations. But I just fucking make people work for it, That's okay. You can set expectations for yourself and go, you don't meet those, check, you're gone. And you can create criteria for yourself where you're like, okay, if you are just a cis guy who has nothing to say that's interesting or makes me lean in and want to know more, then you're just not considered. We all have to have criteria for which we decide who gets our interest. The internet has made it so everything, people and information, it's like drinking from a fucking fire hose. You couldn't possibly talk to everybody who might meet your your criteria or might match your kinks or might show interest. So narrow it down. And if the men that you're coming across are proven to be shitty, then you get a break from them. Take a fucking break from them. It is entirely possible that you'll meet somebody organically that just becomes a friend, and then you're like, oh, okay, maybe this person. And maybe not. Maybe you just have a fucking friend that gives you some faith in the male species again. You know what I mean? Oh my God. Not all men, but always a fucking man.
Yeah, and I had forgotten. I have backed off of social media so much. I forgot all about that whole manosphere crap floating around.
Yeah. I just go back to make friends first and talk to people who care about the friendship more than the hookup or the, we're going to do this to be in a power exchange. This is, second DM, now we're in negotiations. It's not perfect. It doesn't mean you weed out everybody, but you weed out most of them, because most of these guys, they don't want to put that time and attention in. They can't. They don't have that ability. I am really proud of this person, though, for having the boundaries, for going, okay, I recognize this. I know a red flag when I see it. We're done. We're out of here. Because too many submissives will either think that's what submission is because they have not had enough experience to know that, no, that's not what submission is, or they are still kind of steeped in that part of the culture that taught them that this is what a woman does and this is what a man does, and they haven't unlearned it yet, right? So, I mean, it's mostly impressive that this person was able to shut it down.
True.
And to know what they were looking at.
Right.
Now, back to their actual questions, if we can answer any of them, other than just lecturing. How can I keep my mind open? You're going to have to actually meet some outside of a relationship setting, some male doms that might be the exception to the rule, but show you that they're out there. And until would not put the responsibility on that person to go out looking for them. That's not their job. Their job is to exist as a kinkster and to not be treated like shit by potential doms. But if you're out in the community and you're getting to know people from a friendship standpoint, right? And you have the mindset of you're a guy, you're going to have to prove to me that you're not shitty because too many other guys are proving that they are, right? And y'all, men, I love masculinity. We had a whole conversation at the dinner table tonight about my potential sexuality and how I love masculinity. Good, healthy masculinity. Oh my God. It doesn't even matter like which genitals are. I just fucking love masculinity. But that being said, if men don't like hearing that some other people are gonna mistrust you because you're a man and make you prove yourself, if you don't like it, then you go look at your own fucking house and start talking to these men and telling them to fucking shape up or ship out or fuck off. Tell them to turn off fucking YouTube and go touch some goddamn grass and talk to a real human being. That's the thing. For any man out there who's all offended because I'm saying just don't trust them until they prove themselves trustworthy, that's on y'all. That's your community. Go fucking fix it. The rest of us are just like victims of it half the time, or we're fending them off, or we're blocking and deleting, or we're like weeding through to find like our random good one. Y'all are out there, but the shitty ones are louder. Be louder than the shitty ones. That's what I'm saying. I didn't think I'd rant, but here we are. Here's a question that's interesting, and it kind of, I think we'll get into another post I have later. I think what they might have meant when they said, how can you tell the difference between a sadist and a sadist is the sadist who's it's consensual and it's part of the dynamic and they're willing to negotiate versus, God, what are words? Versus the abuser who is a sadist. Yeah. Like, what, as somebody who is the good kind of sadist, do you have any words of wisdom about how to like tell the difference other than the whole empathy thing?
Well, I mean, yes, I'm a sadist. I am not a sadist 24/7.
Right.
Okay. And I don't do things to hurt, at least not in the wrong way.
Right, the non-fun way.
Mm-hmm. And I think probably the biggest thing would be to see how they watch or see how they interact with other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'll call you cruel. I'll call you a bastard when you're in your sadist headspace. But it's not true cruelty. Like if I was, first of all, I could say for it at any second, you would stop. Right. If you thought you had actually caused harm, everything stops. You're worried about me. You care about my well-being.
Don't want to break my toys.
Right. The abusive sadist who is not the fun, consensual sadist, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. And I think, most people are not capable of keeping up the act for very long. Like eventually they will slip up and their true self will show through. Their lack of empathy, their lack of compassion, their lack of care for people that they should care about, a partner, a whoever, right? And the abusive sadist who just gets off on the fact that they have this power and control over you and they do not care about you at all.
Right.
You have to be looking for it. You have to kind of know what you're looking at. You have to be real fucking brutally honest with yourself, but they will show themselves at some point. And in a perfect world, they show themselves before you ever get to the point that they get to lay a hand on you, or they get to be intimate with you, or you get way too vulnerable with them. And too vulnerable is very subjective. Those, not always, but mostly, those kind of people will not have the patience for the amount of conversations that have nothing to do with kink, that have nothing to do with negotiating a relationship, that needs to happen for you to really assess who they are as a person, and for them to gain your trust. I think I understand there are trusting people out there. Tell me your ways. I don't understand it. And it's not a horrible thing to be a trusting person. I would say in a space like kink where almost everything, maybe not even almost, everything can cause harm on some level. Emotional, mental, physical. I think that trust but verify / make people work for your trust. Make them earn it. Make them prove it. Make them show, give signs that they are trustworthy. It does not mean that you won't get the wrong person and you might miss signs, or they might be real fucking good. That fucking happens. The manipulators are going to manipulate. But the random dumbass that just thought if they said the right phrases and called themselves a dom, they'll out themselves real fucking quick, because most of them don't have the patience to do the fucking work. So make people fucking work for it, regardless of gender.
Goes back to the old adage, actions over word.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And not even just actions, patterns. Because somebody can do the right thing once. Can they keep doing the right thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not always. Okay. Next one.
Okay.
This one is interesting. I don't even know if I have a clear thought on it. I hope you do. Here's the title. My sub has no interest in being told what to do if it isn't something she already wants to do. She is also new to being a sub with less experience in BDSM than me. I have a sub and she doesn't really like being told what to do, but she is still into that being submissive feeling. When I try to have her do something and it isn't something she already wants to do, she gets upset or just stubbornly refuses. When I have said she's being bratty or a brat, she also gets upset because she doesn't like being called a brat. She doesn't consider herself a brat and is uncomfortable with that concept. She is also new to BDSM, as I am her first dom, and we've been together and doing this for only about 6 months, which is longer than any relationship I have ever been. We were meshing better on this level with my previous subs than I am with my current one, like maybe 2 to 5 times as fast. So let me translate that.
Okay.
They've been together 6 months. They're moving. It's their longest relationship they've had as a dom. If I'm understanding this correctly, that 6 months, they are moving slower in this 6 months than they did with previous relationships that lasted less time. So those other relationships lasted shorter amounts of time, but moved 2 to 5 times as fast, is what I think is being said. All of my previous ones were not more sexually experienced than she is, though, or at least more open to it. I don't really know how to tackle this with her. I'm kind of just afraid to talk with her a bit because it often ends poorly and she is never particularly receptive. When I ask her things about it, she usually just doesn't know what to say because she doesn't really know what she likes, or at least she's afraid to some extent of her own sexuality. Honestly, this extends past sexual stuff, but most of the bigger issues are where sex is involved because she treats it as particularly serious and scary. Honestly, it's been having me feel not very dommy and has been affecting my mind and attitude. I love her, but which is part... Okay, I love her, which is part of why it's so hard. I'm scared and don't want to hurt her. What should I do? They had an edit of, I'll check the comments, because there were lots of conversations going on. Let's just take the fucking question. Do you have initial... I have an initial thought. Do you have initial thoughts?
I kind of have an initial thought.
Okay.
I think this person, the submissive, needs to put in some work and learn about themselves.
Yeah, if they don't know what they want, they need to
Right.
do some stuff to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think that in any other context, the statement, they have no interest in being told what to do if it's something they don't already want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's human nature most of the time. To get to the level where I was willing to do something you wanted me to do that I would never have chosen for myself, I wouldn't normally want to do it, it's not something I would pick, that took time and trust.
Right.
Early days of submission or play or whatever, this isn't true for everybody, I know that, but the easiest way is to do shit you both want to do. If one of you doesn't want to do it, you don't fucking do it. That's true in general, but with submission, there's some gray area to it with nuance and negotiation and how you feel about submission and what you're being asked to do and blah, blah, blah. So if I'm understanding this block of text, this is mostly happening during sexual stuff, whatever that means. We don't have a lot of detail. So that sounds to me like this dom is asking for things that either in the heat of the moment or in general, the submissive does not want to do, that is somehow sexually based. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you, in all things, consent matters. And in all things, a sub can say, no, I don't want to fucking do that. They can say for it. They can do whatever.
Absolutely.
All things. Let me be very clear. All things. Sexually, I take it all seriously. I don't want to make it sound like I don't take it seriously, but there's something about being sexually submissive and then being pushed on something that you don't want to fucking do. That makes me very nervous for that submissive. What are they being asked to do? What has not been negotiated? When I first read the title, before I got into the block of text, that's not a paragraph inside. There's not a space. It's all a block of text. I thought, okay, is this somebody who maybe is neurodivergent and they experience, it's known by many names, one of which is a pervasive demand for autonomy, meaning you can want to do the thing until somebody tells you to do, which would make submission harder. Okay. And then I started reading this and I was like, well, you're asking, she has said she doesn't know what she wants. She is saying that it sounds like in the heat of the moment. So, okay, are we having the conversations outside of the heat of the moment, or are we only talking about it when it is emotionally charged? When the submissive has been asked to do something and they don't want to do it, and so they've denied it in whatever method that is, and the dom is like, I'm trying to be the dom over here, and I'm not feeling very dommy, as they said, because you're not doing the things that, like, if the only time we're talking about this is when we're like practically or really naked and trying to do the sex thing, and they're, if that's the only time we're talking about it, well, no, you're never going to resolve it. This is not a conversation for when you're naked. This is a conversation for after you put some clothes on and everybody's calm and it's like a moment you can focus.
They need a workbook. They
need everything.
Yeah.
Because, so I would also say, based on these specific words this person has said, they do not have, it sounds like, experience with a power exchange that moves slowly.
Yeah.
If everything they've ever done has been less than 6 months and moved faster, that sounds very much scene play oriented, and it burned bright and fast and then it burnt out clearly. This 6 months, well, it's all effort and work that you want. I mean, you consent to it and it's a thing you want to do. But it sounds to me like they've never had to do you don't quite yet know how to communicate what you want. You don't know enough yet about BDSM to know what you want. You don't know how to have these hard conversations. And here I am trying to get you to have a hard conversation while you've just had to withdraw your consent because you don't want to do something. And who knows what their tone is. And I don't even mean that as, oh, they're probably shitty. I mean, it's real easy for somebody to have wanted something, to feel like they're in this dom mode, especially if they don't really have a lot of experience. And I don't care how many relationships you've had. If you've never gotten past like the 6 month mark, that's a lack of experience on some parts of this. You might know how to do a scene, but that don't mean you know how to negotiate a relationship. So, even if you're a good person and not trying to be shitty, there's a pressure that comes from doms, and does their tone change? Do they get kind of snarky? Do they push hard? I mean, there's all this fucking conflict. And none of it is the relationship being managed and either party discussing these things with any level of care. And if your partner tells you, I don't like being called a brat, that does not fit me, please don't call me that. Just don't fucking call them that.
Right.
A person is not a brat because they told you no. That's not how that fucking works. It's if you negotiated and it's a thing about a brat can say no and it's fun and you're both ideally in on the fun. This person, the submissive, does not sound like they're having fun.
No.
It sounds like in a heat of a moment, you've asked for something they don't want to give. They can't articulate why. Could it be because they're fucking naked? And their dom is disappointed with them in scene? Like, there's so much that could be going on here.
Yeah.
All of this has to be discussed at any other fucking time. But it's certainly at a time when there's no pressure for sex. We're not even, that's not even what's on the table. It's just a time to talk and connect. And you know what? This dom,
and it almost seems like they need to step out of
the dynamic completely.
Completely to talk about this stuff.
And I know some doms like this, some doms don't. Some doms want to be the one teaching their submissive. Some doms are like, I'll learn with you. I will explore this with you, but you got to go learn this, right? Whatever the style is, there should be some level of, oh, you don't know a lot. Let me help you get to the point where you can start learning more. Whether that is depending on their style and depending on what both partners want. I will guide you through this. Here's some resources. Here's some this. Here's some that. Or let me point you in some directions. Go learn. Report back if you want. Make it a part of the conversation, whatever. I mean, I don't know. This person doesn't talk about their experience as a dom other than to say they have more experience in their submissive, which doesn't mean as much sometimes as you might think. If your experience is the nutritional equivalent of eating candy, You might, you know how to have fun, you know how to execute, hopefully a consensual scene. Cool, that's great, that's good experience. Do you know how to build the trust with a partner, submissive specifically here, so that they feel like they can be vulnerable with you? Do you know how to listen properly? Do you know how to ask proper questions? Do you know how to be the person that they can eventually, when they're ready, open up to? That's a whole different part of the experience. And if you haven't had to do that, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and your experience doesn't actually fucking matter. Not on this part. Not on this part. Because it sounds like you know how to ask for what you want or demand what you want or whatever the tone is. We don't get those details. But you don't know how to take no for an answer. Not necessarily I'm not saying like in a abusive way, but like without showing that you feel rejected kind of way. My God, if I withdrew my consent, if every time I had to withdraw my consent from something you were trying to do, you treated me like I had rejected you, I would never want to withdraw my consent again. That's not fucking safe. I mean, nothing's safe, but you know what I mean? That's not good. That's not healthy.
No, it's not.
So yeah, I think this person's experience means diddly squat to me if it's not in the negotiating with a person who is truly new and doesn't know what they want and struggles to communicate. I think they need to stop fucking talking about this shit in the heat of the moment.
I agree 100%.
And also, it's a very new, let me just say, you can't make a submissive do what a submissive doesn't want to do, right? There is a nuance to it at some levels and depths and points in relationships, and it's different for everybody, where some submissives are willing to do things that they would not otherwise do if they were not being asked to do them by their dom. Yes, that happens a lot. Many types of submissives can do that, are willing to do that, but there's no fucking requirement that they do that. It is perfectly possible that you negotiate, this is exactly what I will do for you. You ask me anything out of it, that maybe I'll do it because I like you good, but that's not part of this power exchange, right? That's legit too, if that's what somebody negotiates. But it's that whole, this title like kills me. My sub has no interest in being told what to do if it isn't something she already wants to do. Yeah. Yeah. I think I get the nuance they were going for. It's like, oh, my job is to push and my job is to like get you to do some new things. And you're not submitting to me by just saying yes. Yeah. That's not, it's not an automatic. Did you fucking work for it? Did you earn it? Did you negotiate it? Do they know what your expectations are? Or did you just fucking come up with something once everybody's clothes fell off? I don't know. We don't get those details, but I did read the comments and they didn't seem like the worst person, but I think the experience they have in those other relationships means not a fucking thing, because this relationship is completely different than those previous ones. And this sub needs different things. So that's all I'm saying about that. I have thoughts. Okay. So next one. Unless you have other thoughts. Okay. I'm sucking up all the oxygen again. You gotta watch me. Okay. This ended up being one that was posted by the mod and not the person. Title is Ghosted. I was in an amazing dom-sub relationship. We have known each other for a long time, but only recently started a sexual relationship, which quickly turned into BDSM. It was both of our first times with it, and we were both loving it. Neither of us were/are in a place for an actual dating relationship. All was going good, but he was out of town a lot, and I was feeling neglected. He thought I was pushing for a relationship, but all I wanted was more of our dynamic, more scenes, more sex, more play, just more. I tried telling him that, but now he has ghosted me and I don't know what to do. We are so compatible in our dynamic, I want that back. I do not have the time, energy, or bandwidth to find a new dom. It was so easy with him. I don't know what I'm really asking here, not gonna lie. If he messaged me, I'd go back in an instant. Is that wrong? Do I need to just get over it? How do I move on? Oof. I think if you could, once you get past the heartbreak.
This is the one that you want.
Yes.
Yes.
I think when and if this person can get past the way they're feeling right now and the betrayal that I'm sure they're feeling, because if everything was perfect and now they've ghosted you, that's a shock to the system, right? And it's certainly not unique. It happens to people. But once they can get past that initial heartbreak, and I'm begging them to get to anger, And past anger, but at least that point, I bet you can look back and go and see where it wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
I think everything kind of clicking together, and the line for me is everything was easy. Those are some rose-colored glasses. It felt easy, but this person took the relationship is new, but the knowing each other is long-term, and they ghosted you. What kind of shitty person are you?
Yeah.
They can't even say, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm so sorry. I don't want to do this anymore. No, this was not a safety issue. This was not one of those ghostings where I go, okay, this is my personal, like, extenuating circumstances. I understand it would have been unsafe for you to do anything else. No. This was, you made me feel things I didn't want to feel. We had however many rough conversations because you were asking for things I didn't want to give. And instead of using, my big dom voice, my big boy voice, big boy words, and just fucking saying the thing, I ghosted. That is not a good person. That was, I don't want to invalidate what they experienced and felt. They felt good. They enjoyed what they were doing. It was working for them. So the relationship was not shitty, but the way it's ended will color that whole relationship once they get past this, the shock and the disbelief and my thankfully only, knock on wood, DS breakup. It was not my idea. I did not want it, and I 100% understand that feeling, because there was a point until I finally started getting pissed. It took a while. It took me a couple months to get there. He could have texted me, slid into my DMs. I'd have gone back in a heartbeat. No question. Because I wanted what we had. It took years for me to look, because I had to learn myself, for me to look back and go, oh yeah, that never would have worked long term. It felt good in the moment because there was some new relationship energy, and there was like, some sub frenzy, and all the endorphins were going, all the serotonin and all the dopamine. It
was a perfect storm.
Exactly.
Everything came together.
So yes, I'm not going to invalidate how they feel right now. That makes sense to me, because it has come as a shock. You thought everything was fine. You were asking for a little bit more. There was a little rough patch, but you were happy. No, I think they'll hit a point and they'll look back and go, oh no, that guy was not, it was not perfect. But yes, the thing I want them to get to, the thing I'm desperate for this person to get to,
get angry,
is that anger where they go, this motherfucker thought they could do that, and that would be, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping, how new is this? This is very new. It could be a while. It could be a while before this person can get to it. And I hope they get there, because that is the biggest fucking cop-out, to just fucking ghost you. I don't like it, but I understand culturally the ghosting after we had 2 conversations in DM and whatever. The one date and it didn't quite work out the way somebody thought, and they go, I don't like it, but I understand that it happens. But this was, we've known one another. We knew each other in like a sounds like platonic way, and then we rolled into this. Sexual turned kinky quick, and you didn't even respect the relationship that you'd had prior. You didn't respect the person themselves enough to go, this is not working for me. I think you go, this is not working for me. I'm so sorry. And they're going to have their feelings, and those feelings are going to be valid. And you go, I can't help you get through this. I know there are some, I've seen them, not just in fiction books, power exchange breakups where sometimes the dom will try to help the submissive kind of get through that rocky period. That's not the question being asked here. I have my own opinions on that. But I can understand if he was like, it's got to go radio silent. I'm not gonna be able to help you here. This just needs to end. I'm done. And then blocked, or just didn't answer, or didn't, whatever, right? At least they would have had the fucking adult conversation to just fucking say the thing. This is harsh. Some people are going to disagree with me, but I think the way they ghosted out of that relationship tells me everything I need to know about them as a person. Can they grow and improve and be better for somebody in the future? Sure. But this motherfucker, no. I need you to get to the grieving stage where you're pissed. Yeah. Because this person deserves your anger. But I get why you're not there yet. If it came out of the blue and you thought things were mostly great, you just wanted a little bit more of it. Why would you? Yeah. Disbelief makes total sense. What would you add to this?
You're good. You're good.
This motherfucker. Some of these are just motherfuckers. I'm
true.
telling you.
Absolutely true.
And not even in the fun way. Okay, this one is not from BDSM, a BDSM subreddit. It's actually from the sex subreddit.
Okay.
But I also, I related a little bit. The title. Let me try that again. I don't want to fuck this up. I don't know how to not be awkward, parentheses, BDSM. I, female 22, am incredibly socially awkward. I'm getting a lot better at socializing, but some things are hard. I try not to be so awkward, but I can't help it. The one good thing about me is that I'm much, much easier to talk to over text. Or so I thought. There's a guy I'm talking to, male 33, who I've become sort of close friends with, among other people I work with. I'm not going to lie, I'm into him. Don't lecture me about the age gap. It's the least of his problems. Anyway, sometimes we'll text, not always about sex or sex-related things, but sometimes it's brought up. He's really into BDSM, degradation, rope, stuff like that. I have similar kinks, so it works, but I'm really, really bad about expressing stuff in text. I feel so awkward, begging, talking dirty. Even though I don't mind doing it and I know he wants me to, how do I get less awkward? Same, girl. I don't know. I don't know either. I don't know either. I was an awkward bitch, and here I am. Some of them just like us awkward, I think. Some of y'all just like us awkward. You are not socially awkward and somehow got me to come out from like my tree hole hobbit thing. Mm-hmm. What would you say to somebody who was feeling awkward? What would you have now, knowing what you know now, have said to me in 2012 and 2013 when I was at the height of my awkwardness? What would you say to that woman?
Oh, gosh.
Look, you don't need to sound battle worn and scarred over there.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I'm going to give the corny answer.
Okay.
Just be your awkward self and admit to the person you're feeling awkward and you're not quite sure how to do this. A few things here. One, the person who is right for you will be okay with it, mm-hmm. right? If they don't say, but if the person who is not awkward, our male 33, is a dom top kind, maybe they'll help lead that because they realize that you could use that help. You can respond to things, maybe, whatever. But JB learned real fucking quick. He could talk dirty to me on text all he wanted. He was getting an emoji back because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. And here's the thing. I get, especially at such a young age, not wanting to admit you feel awkward or not knowing how to. You literally just say the thing. If you end up getting into a relationship, however long, however deep, however meaningful, sexual, kink, whatever, my advice to anybody, I don't care if you're kinky or not, is learn how to fucking communicate. And the only way you learn how to communicate is to do it, and to do it badly, and to do it awkwardly. So the first thing you can do as this part of learning how the hell I do it is to say, I feel awkward. I don't even know what to say, right? The person who, if they're into you, they might be like, oh, okay, I've never had that experience before. Oh, I don't quite know how to help you. That's honest too. But they're not going to bail. And if they bail because they can't handle you at your socially awkwardness, they weren't going to stick around once you weren't going to just stop being socially awkward. You don't. Let me just promise you, I was socially awkward at 22. I'm still socially awkward at 46. Okay. I just am willing to say fuck more often in public about it. So, and then, yeah, I think it was Julie, in the live chat said you practice, and you do practice.
That's right. It's like exercising a muscle.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. That is real easily said when you know the first thing to say. If I'm relating to this person, they don't even know what the fuck to say. You can't practice what you don't know what to say.
That's true.
Okay. So How did you handle that? You just rolled with the emojis I sent. Okay. And we didn't even have as many emojis then as we do now. I would have had a field day with the emojis we've got now.
Yeah.
You know, I some of y'all named JB apparently find awkwardness endearing and will go, okay, I will guide you through this. I will handle this. I'll be in charge of this and pull you along. If they're willing to do that for you, then you do get the practice and you do get to try things out. And 22 is a hard age to be willing to laugh at yourself. Okay. I get it. Okay. 18 to like, how old am I? You know, early 20s is fucking hard. You don't want to laugh at yourself. It's hard to admit that you're not good at things, or you don't know how to do things or whatever. But if you're into kink and you're like, oh, this person's into things that I'm kind of into, and I'd like to, here's your first big test. Can you be brutally honest? And just go, I'm real fucking awkward. Text it out. You don't have to say it. Type it out. I feel awkward. I don't know what to say. I think more of us awkward people need to just be fucking real about it. Feeling awkward. I don't know what the fuck's going on. What am I supposed to say? Teach me. Especially if he's good at it, let him lead. Even if that's not the dynamic you're going for, let him show you how. You'll get to know each other on a level you might not normally have. You know, is he patient? Is he kind? Is he compassionate? Can he allow things to be silly? Because when you're awkward, shit's going to be silly until you kind of figure yourself out. Or sometimes you just, some of us just embrace the silly because I'm already feeling like a weirdo. Let's have a giggle about it. Everybody's different. I get that. But just, I got better. I'm specifically going back. I've never learned how to talk dirty. I suck at it. I don't want to do it. It's an ick for me. And I don't mean like, oh, it's a little embarrassing. I mean, it is the opposite of whatever a kink or fetish is. It is the anti-kink. I'm not talking dirty. I fucking hate it. That's like role play, and I feel the same way about role play. Begging for me, as a fairly literal person who feels real awkward if we're just playing pretend. I'm not real good at playing pretend. I don't want to play pretend. No, I was never very good at it. I learned the things to say, and I would kind of cringe at myself as I typed them, because I was like, if I was in this position, yeah, this is probably what I would say, but I know this isn't real. I feel awkward, right? In person, once I was given a reason to beg, that came out real easy. It wasn't smooth. I almost said smooth. It didn't come out smooth. I'm still awkward in person. But something was happening to me and I was reacting to it, and that felt a lot more authentic. And once I got the experience of begging for real, it became real fucking easy by text. Because I remembered that feeling. I remembered that experience. I knew what I would say out loud because I had said it out loud. So, as an awkward girly, I'm gonna tell you, just own it. Say, I'm awkward. I actually don't know. Now, not in the middle, maybe, of the dirty talk. Like, pick a time when y'all are talking about other things and be like, hey, can I just tell you, can I admit something to you? Can I just put it out there? And just fucking tell them. I mean, you can in the middle of the dirty talk, but that will make it more awkward. And I am an advocate for don't try to dissect and fix a thing when you're in the middle of the thing. Get to a moment where it's calm, and that's the pressure's off to perform, right? But yeah, I think more of us awkward folks need to start admitting to the people that we're kind of interested in, I'm awkward, because you know what? They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna know. I've had to just come to terms with the fact that I cannot hide the awkwardness. I can just dress it up and give it a snarky tone. That's all I can do. Okay. I can make jokes about it. I can be very self-deprecating about it, but I cannot hide the awkward. And I'm at a point in life where I'm like, I'd rather you fucking know what you're getting into and just reject me before my feelings get into it. Just go ahead and decide you don't want all of it. You can't handle all of this. It's fine. So just...
You're my kind of awkward.
Thank God. Thank God. Before I met you, the joke was I didn't want to be a cat lady, although that was the unenlightened me, right? That was the me that was like, had some internal misogyny going on. I was like, now if I did not have you in my life, I'd be like, hell yeah, I'd be a cat lady. But the joke in the family was, You can't become a cat lady if you never have a cat. It was never about, oh, sure, you'll go find a partner, and then you won't be. Anyway, any thoughts now that I have just bled my awkwardness all over the internet?
Embrace the awkwardness.
Fucking embrace it. And I know that's hard to hear at 22. You got to have a lot of internal self-confidence that I did not possess at 22. Y'all, I had to have 2 kids, a divorce, and however many years I've been battling perimenopause to get to this point, and I'm still not to my most, like, elevated fucking self. I still have fucks to give, so I know it's hard. I'm not going to pretend it's not hard. Okay. Oh, last one.
Okay.
This one is also from the literal sex subreddit.
Sex side.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Hi, guys. Oh, no. S&M question for the masochists is the title. Hi, guys. I, 30 female, have a boyfriend, 34 male, who's a little sadistic / dominant in bed. Nothing too crazy, but it's not particularly a kink of mine. I don't hate it, but it doesn't add anything to the experience but slight discomfort. But seeing him get excited is kind of a turn on. We discussed it before, and I told him that it doesn't particularly turn me on, but I like that he likes it. He said whether I like it or not doesn't change it for him. As a sadist, he enjoys the reaction to pain and the feeling of inflicting it, but he can stop if I want to. I don't want to. I was wondering if there's a way to condition myself to enjoy it. I kind of feel like I'm missing out, but I don't know if you're just born enjoying this stuff or if there's a way to get yourself to enjoy it. He mostly likes to manhandle and smack me, lightly choke me, and sometimes he presses his thumbs down on my belly really hard while he fucks me. I think to feel his dick move inside and stuff like that. I will say this sex subreddit is different from a BDSM subreddit.
Yeah. Because
I'm going to get questions at the end of every BDSM post. But this sex one, they're like, let me just tell you the story and then I'll wander off. So let me start with one thing. I have thoughts about this, and I think they're a little nuanced. And man, the comments did not like this, but I want to put it to you, a sadist.
Okay.
You do not speak for all sadists, but whatever. When he said whether she likes it or not, it doesn't change his enjoyment as a sadist because he enjoys the reaction to pain and the feeling of inflicting it. Does that ring true at all? But he'll stop if she doesn't want it. So he respects consent, but like the inflicting of the pain, the reaction he's getting, that is the enjoyment from whether she's into it or not.
Okay. Yes, I look for the reaction as a sadist.
Mm-hmm.
I am not looking for a action out of fear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want the reaction that you're enjoying what's being done.
You do realize sometimes the reaction you get is that I enjoy that we're in the moment, but I would really wish that sensation would go away.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just be clear.
Well,
I enjoy being there. I'm just happy to be along for the ride. But you want to know that it's not just you doing your thing.
Yeah.
There's some reciprocation going on.
Sure.
And I'm getting something out of it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, y'all aren't a monolith. I think it's fair if somebody's like, yeah, I just enjoy the reaction. Well, I think a person who, this is a generalization, but I think a person who genuinely cares about their partner is going to care if they're enjoying it or not. That might not be the sadistic pleasure for them, but that's like the relational pleasure for them of we're being intimate and I want you to be having a good time. So the common advice that was in the comments, and I agree with, which is you are not required to do pain just because a partner does. If you don't like it, don't force it. You know, you get to opt out of this stuff and shouldn't be made to do stuff you don't want to do. All of that. Agree. 100%. The nuance I will add is it is not an uncommon thing to be willing to do a thing that you know brings your partner pleasure doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't harm you. It doesn't upset you. It's not terrorizing you. You just wouldn't fucking pick it, but you know they enjoy it. There is nothing wrong with that as long as you're getting some of that for yourself. Mm-hmm. Meaning you're getting levels of pleasure that maybe your partner wouldn't pick for themselves, but they're willing to do it with you because they want to make you happy. Now, I do think most of the time, whatever y'all are doing should be mutual fucking pleasure. I think there are times when, yeah, I'll take all the sting you fucking give me, even though I would kill for some thud, but it's because I know that I'm going to get some thud at some point. But we do enough things outside of, let's say, those specific sensations of pain that we both fucking love.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. Like, it's easy to do that give and take.
It balances itself out.
Thank you.
It sounds like there's no balance here.
It does not. I know. We got very little. I'm not sure how I feel about the sex subreddit. I need more details, y'all. So that is the thing I would caution against. If it's always one or the other, you get a little bit of what you like, but they're like, and vice versa. I don't think that's a balanced relationship. I think there should be a proportion of time that you decide you're happy with, where it's a mutual thing of we are both into what we're doing here, and this is great. I'm going to guess not at all, but I am curious about how much, if at all, probably nothing, they've talked about this outside of sex to negotiate this sort of, what level can I take it to where you would be okay with it, and what's the point where I need to stop, and are there things you really don't like? I won't do them, right? It's because we don't get detail. When he says, he can stop the sadism or the sadistic stuff, I'm going to infer here, if she wants it, that's not very specific. It's like, are there things that you're like, yeah, I'm okay with this. I really fucking hate that. Because the really fucking hate needs to be off the table real damn quick. It doesn't necessarily have to be an all or nothing. It might be. It might be that once she starts thinking about it and like getting in tune with her body and being like, wait, no, I really don't like it. Sex is not fun. I'm not having a good time here, right? Because is it all just taking pain that you did not necessarily sign up for, is not your jam? Or is there enough other stuff happening in that specific sexual moment you're like, oh yeah, I'm feeling good too? Because, you were not the only, but one of the first people to introduce me to, I'm probably going to come first. Multiple times if possible, right? So you're going to do all kinds of shit to me that I've consented to, but again, might not be things I would normally ask for on my own. And I know in the middle of that, I'm also going to get a lot of pleasure. I'm going to get orgasms that I want. I'm going to get something. So that's one of the questions I would have is, are you getting something pleasurable out of this sexual experience that makes it satisfying for you, even as you're indulging in something you don't want? And the reason I'm sticking to this side of it is because I'm going to respect this person's fucking agency. He said he'll stop if that's what she wants. She doesn't want to. Do I want her to investigate within herself why that might be? Is it because you like doing this for your partner and you like being that for your partner because you know that's bringing them pleasure and that makes you happy? Cool. Are you also experiencing pleasure? Is he willing to do shit for you that he wouldn't necessarily pick for himself, but he wants you to have a good time? Are you having enough of a good time? Is there enough crossover? Is your Venn diagram, the center of your Venn diagram, shit you like and you're both doing together? Then I'm not going to tell somebody that they can't do that. They can't have this kind of thing. I'm just going to say there's caveats to it and there's nuance to it. And it can't be all or nothing, because I think that once any new relationship energy fades, man, somebody's going to be bored, or somebody's going to be resentful, or somebody's not going to be satisfied. It's going to feel one-sided at some point, like all of that. So, no, you don't have to make yourself like a sensation. Now, if this person become interested in exploring sensations, it's entirely possible they might find they like other sensations that they haven't experienced before. That's up to them if they're willing to explore those things, though, right? Nobody should be making them or pressuring them or whatever. I don't think, I can only speak for myself as a singular masochist. I have not come across yet a sensation I knew I didn't like that I learned to like. That like after a time I went, oh yeah, I like this now. If it was hard for me the first time, it's still hard for me now. What I am willing to do after over a decade of building the trust and having this kind of relationship is I'm willing to endure things temporarily at times, because I'm not asked to do it all the time. It's not the only sensation I get. The pleasure is reciprocal and we each get some of what we want. I can endure a thing, and I've talked about this before. I don't like the sensation. I like that I endured it. I like that I did that. I took it. I could handle it. I whatever, you know. And that's a different thing. But me 10 years ago couldn't. That wouldn't have been what we were talking about. It would have been like, if this is the only sensation I had to feel, no, I would be miserable. If it's a one-off, it's an occasional, and it balances out with the stuff I want to feel, yeah, I can do it. And I think some people might get to that. But man, that is a lot of trust. That's a lot of trust. And that's a lot of knowing that you are also having your needs seen to and taken care of. So ultimately, that is the question. The question is this reciprocal? Is this balanced?
Right.
Are you having a good time in other ways that aren't this?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. That is my last one.
Okay.
That is all the things. Yeah, and in the live chat they're talking about boundaries on this last one, and that is an important thing. What are your boundaries, and are you allowing somebody to cross them because that's just what you do? You're a people pleaser, you're afraid of conflict. Like, there's a lot of soul searching that needs to go into that. And quite frankly, I've met plenty of people who would not know that they're having a boundary crossed, would not realize that they're acquiescing out of people pleasing if you fucking paid them. They don't know. They're conditioned by themselves, by life, by previous relationships, by whatever, that this is what they want to do to please their partner, and they don't think about it beyond that. As a people pleasing, non-confrontational human, I get that. I get how easy that is to do. Mm-hmm. But what I have not met a person yet who has ever not had firm boundaries and been a people pleaser and just done what others wanted with little regard to what they wanted, who did not end up being a ball of fucking resentment at some fucking point. It comes back to you at some point. The problem is that sometimes you don't know why you're pissed off. You just know you're pissed off. But some people finally get to that point where, like, you get everything you want and I get none of what I want. That's where the resentment is, or that's how it's expressed. And the things I'm saying of the internal conversation, look within. Go ahead and answer these questions for yourself before it shoots out as seething resentment in a year, 5 years, 10 years. Then you can make your decision. We were not given nearly enough information in this post to know who this person is. Is this I'm just going to go with the flow until I fucking explode. You know, is this a balanced relationship and I'm only telling you a 2-paragraph part of it? Right. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's complex and nuanced.
Yeah.
And everybody's different.
Yep.
And that's what I have to say about that. So we can go into the bonus section.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. So, what?
I was going to say the rain in the background.
Yeah, I know. It's been raining for a little bit. Been listening to the low rumblings of the thunder.
This is what my mama would call good sleeping weather.
Mm-hmm.
Except I get anxious when the thunder gets too hard and I don't sleep.
This is nice thunder right now. This is what I call nice. It's like that soft rolling thunder.
That's because you're mostly mentally well. Mostly.
These days I wonder, but, you know, yeah. So, are we good?
I have no idea.
Keep it kinky, y'all.
And we'll see you next week. Daddy.
Yes, baby girl.
Can I talk to the crickets?
Certainly.
Will you do some talking now?
No.
sucked up all the oxygen. Somebody in live chat, I don't know if it was Silent or somebody else was like, or maybe it was Tayshu. I can't remember, and I'm not scrolling back up.
Said about the
JB likes these because you just get to ride the waves.
Ride Durant. Yep. Yeah.
Is it one of those things that on most episodes, if you would just sit here and let me talk, and you're perfectly happy?
Pretty much.
So I'm curious about this. What is going through your mind, other than whatever song you might be humming in the background and the to-do list you might be thinking of, when I just start going, and I'm just on a roll, and you're sitting here staring at me be on a roll, what is going through your mind?
Well, it depends a lot of times on what you're talking about.
Sure.
But, based on a lot of our conversations lately, you have been delving into aspects, on a psychological end. And that's kind of that's what you study. That's, whether you use it or not, that's there for you.
A lifelong special interest.
Right.
Why do people do what they do?
So I'm sitting here thinking, when you're doing that, it's like, damn, she knows what she's talking about.
And there's probably a mental health expert out there going, that bitch does not know what she's talking about.
So that's...
Aww, that's sweet, though. I just recognize I could be dead ass wrong. The internet likes to tell you when you're dead ass wrong. Well, so there's that.
Yeah.
No, I recognize I'm very self-conscious about it because of snarky shit people have said to me. Strangers, I'll never know them. It was a fake name on the internet. They're not part of the audience. The folks who are here, you're here because you like it or this doesn't bother you. One of the two, right? But I'm very mindful. I'm very conscious and aware of which one's the dom, which I know does not actually fucking matter. I know, okay? I've got a thing about rejection and criticism, and not the helpful kind of criticism, although I do have a thing about even the helpful kind of criticism. Just saying, the day I learned and saw an example that fit me of rejection sensitive dysphoria, I went, oh, I make a lot more sense now. So if anybody's like, I've never heard of that, Google it. Rejection sensitive dysphoria. Very common in neurodivergence, especially ADHDers, but not always. So just saying. Anyway, so I'm that very, and I'm not alone on this. A lot of people go through this. Most people go through this. I'm way more aware of the negative things that people have said or may say than I'll ever be of the positive things. I like the positive things. I got a praise kink. I like the positive things, but I will discount those, and many people are like this. I give way too much weight to the negative stuff.
I remember hearing something many years ago saying that people are more likely to be drawn to a negative comment.
Well, negativity does sort of lead in all forms. And
maybe not they're drawn to, but that the negativity leads, you're more likely to hear about something negative than something positive.
Yeah, I'm sure the statistic is either out of date or was fake at the time, but there was something I was learning in retail, online spaces, I don't know, a million years ago, a different career ago, where a person who has a person who has a bad experience, the statistic back then was 10 times more likely to leave, in this case it was a review, to leave a comment or a review than a person who had a positive experience. So, and then to outweigh the negative, you'd had to have 10 people would need to pop up and go, no, I had a great experience. And people don't, there are people who do. There are people who leave positive reviews. We're a review world now. People leave their positive reviews. Negative reviews are helpful. You need those because you blah, blah, blah. But outrage is on the internet is the new, if it bleeds, it leads of the news media world, right? Like, we are, outrage and anger travels faster on the internet than joy and hope. Joy and hope is powerful. It is necessary. It is what we need to combat fear and outrage. And it has its place and can build movements, but it doesn't move as fast. it doesn't get as much immediate viral attention.
Yeah.
Now, I think that this is the bubble I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's algorithm creates their own personal bubble. My bubble is showing me more people who are being unapologetically themselves, being joyful, having hope, and they are getting those, viral moments, or they are gaining audiences as a result. Right. And I think that's a little bit of like the weariness of the world of like, there's only so much fucking outrage we can handle before we're like, okay, I'm exhausted of this. But so.
And Lola's awake from her nap.
Yep. And she's gonna lay back down on cords.
Nope, she missed the cords.
Close enough.
She's close, but she's not laying on.
She's sniffing the cords.
Yes, she is.
But not with any effort. She's like, my nose is an inch away. I shall just sniff.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to put any effort into my sniffing. So.
She's like probably thinking, man, I should have gone outside earlier, and now I can't.
Now, she could. She wouldn't. It's raining.
Yeah.
Lola's like, I'm not getting.
She's water adverse.
Not getting these tootsies wet. I'm not letting these nipples touch wet grass. Look, when the grass gets too high in the back, she hits a point she doesn't really want to go out there anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wouldn't want grass scratching at my tits either, girl. I get it. Leave my undercarriage alone too. Anyway, that has nothing to do with anything. She's just laying there very placidly.
Yeah.
Like, so.
She's patiently waiting for the time when we all migrate to the sofa.
So she can take my seat, so I can't sit in it.
Right.
Or stand in your lap.
Yeah.
Not lay, not lean. Just
stand.
60, 75, she's like 70 pounds now. 70 pounds of Lola on 4 paws on JB's lap.
Yep.
She sighed.
Yep.
And leaned into a cord, because that's never been a problem. What else did you say in this bonus section? What you got going on?
What have I got going on? I've been working on restocks this week.
Oh yeah, I meant to mention that earlier.
And been very focused on the diabolical drop coming up.
Friday, May 29th. Do I know what time? No. The professional version of me would have a time set, and that's what time we drop. Nope, I can't get my shit together enough for that. Y'all are lucky we get it done on a date. Next year, the goal will be to set a time and meet the time. There's always something chaotic that happens. I think the count was 56 diabolical sticks.
Okay.
We will be.
I didn't count. I just kept turning.
I've counted 85 times now, and I got to count one more time because I'm still not sure. We will have 2 new shapes. Diabolical tip. For anybody's like, what the fuck is a diabolical stick? It is the evil cousin of the evil stick. It's a resin tip. We pour in a mold, a shape with resin. It gets stuck to one end of a carbon fiber rod stick, and then there's a resin handle at the other end, and you pull it back and you hit your partner with it. Yay! Our most popular has been the Lego, which we have to call the building brick for legal reasons. We now have the D20s. Those have been very popular. Both of those restocks are smaller because we are bringing out 2 new shapes. One is a set of lips I've been wanting to do for, I think, 2 years now. We're finally getting it done. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, I guess this is if somebody's real brave and says, kiss my ass, I could see somebody being like, oh, I got something for you. You're a brave sub bottom if you're going to tell somebody who gets to hit you to kiss their ass, or whatever. And the other one is a pineapple that can and probably will draw blood. I'm going to have to put warnings every fucking way.
Yeah, that's got some...
I poke myself just picking the shit up out of the box. I'm not looking forward to this demo. Let me just tell you, I'm not looking forward to the demo. I'm not. I'm probably going to have a cut on my arm. It's fine. Yeah, that'll be Friday the 29th. If you follow the Kinkery on social media, primarily Facebook, Instagram, or FET, we'll put it there. we put it out to our email list. They get to know first. That goes out to them first before anybody else. And then within a few minutes, it's not like a lot of time, then it goes out on social media. But yeah, I do not have my shit together enough to tell you a time. I'm hoping for earlier in the day. The past few times it's been like, I think I've gotten it to like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, but there I think was one time it was like 6 o'clock at night. So
yeah, we actually took time off this weekend too.
Yeah, we took our long weekend here in the States for non-US folk. It was Memorial Day.
Yeah.
And so nobody who works in an office or for the government or a bank had to go to work. We didn't either.
Yeah. And you got to have your Mother's Day that you didn't get to have on Mother's Day.
I asked for a redo on Mother's Day because the actual Mother's Day, I was cleaning my house from top to bottom. I was sweating like crazy because we were running around. I was packing. I was entertaining my mother and the 20-year-old and his girlfriend. I was like, I got presents, and they were wonderful presents, and it was very sweet and generous of everybody, and I loved it. But I did not get the meal that I get. I did not get my day off where I didn't have to do anything. There are 2 days a year where I literally do not a damn thing. Whatever my response, I do my submissive tasks. Let me be clear on that. But all my other stuff, Mother's Day and my birthday, I just sit my ass down. It sucks if when my birthday falls on a day I have to work, because I will still work. But all the household and admin kind of responsibilities, I just don't do them. And JB likes it that way. He's like, I got them. Don't worry. Actual Mother's Day, that was not an option, because we left at 3 a.m. that Monday morning to go to Orlando to fly out. So yeah, I was proud of myself for saying I want a do-over. I want my Mother's Day on a different day. I want my fucking day off. So yeah, we made that this Sunday. And my request was for steak, and a baked potato. And so we bought that stuff, and JB grilled me a steak. We bought one steak. Steaks are fucking expensive. Bought one steak and we split it in half. And I was really impressed with Aldi's fucking ribeye. I wouldn't.
It was decent.
Is it going to a restaurant quality? No. Is it like the butcher shop? Of course not. But for Aldi, it was impressive. It was a decent steak. So yeah. I was more impressed with myself that I insisted on taking that day. You know me, there are times I'd have been like, oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
And I made sure she did nothing that day.
I know you. So I understand your thought process, because I have the same thought process. So he does laundry on the weekends. My job is to fold our clothes.
I wash, he folds.
Right. That's how we do it.
Wash, dry, fold.
Right. He has a better chance of remembering that it's in a washer. Not perfect, but a better chance. You let me wash it, it's there for a few days. So anyway, this is the right way to go to split this task up, because neither one of us wants to fucking do it. So we split it. But I don't have to have the laundry put up till Wednesday. So I just anticipated just not doing it on Sunday. No, JB did it for me. Which, to be fair, I do for him on his days, like his special days. Whatever his chores are, I can make myself remember to take the clothes out of the washer, put them in the dryer, blah, 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 on a one-off where that's the focus. So but I was like, you didn't have to, I would have just done it on Monday or Tuesday or whatever. And he was like, well, then it's not actually a day off because you're still doing the chore. I was like, yeah, but it's not specifically a Sunday thing. It's fine. But he did it for me anyway, which was nice. So it was belated, but it was a good, yep, go ahead, Lola, just lay on that cord. Yep. And she's looking up at you with those big old innocent eyes.
Those big old puppy eyes.
She's like, what?
I tried to get her to wander off.
Yeah, no, she wants to be with you. It is that time of night for her to be with you.
I was hoping she would just want to go lay on the sofa, but
not until you are there.
Yes.
Look, I'm well aware that I could be writhing on the ground and if Lola was also writhing on the ground in pain, I would be stepped over to get to Lola. I'm aware. I'm going to tell you right now, Lola hears you're such a good girl way more than I do. I joke. I'm not resentful. I'm not mad. It is funny as shit to me.
That would be like the Kobayashi Maru, the unsolvable.
Which one? Which of my best good girls do I pick? The dog, because she's fucking helpless. Like, I know. Are you still on mute?
Not anymore.
Oh.
I muted when I got up.
So that, yeah.
You know. And then I forgot.
So, anyway. And Silent goes, does he know he's muted? X is like, was going to say. He did not, and then he did, so.
Yep. Well, it's thankful to Silent because I turned to look and I saw, no, oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
So thank you, Silent.
Look, I'm going to say, we appear to have our shit together sometimes simply because of Silent reminding me of something, or sending me something, or telling me something. If we had a payroll, I would put Silent on. I'm telling you right now.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm reaching that point with working outside. I'm getting the heat now.
Yeah, okay, so several weeks ago we were like, we're gonna get an AC unit for the shop. And then we discovered the windows are funky sizes and we cannot just go to a store and buy an AC unit. We have to search for and hope we find something that will fit this funky window size. And we haven't done that yet.
No. So yeah, by 2:00 I'm done working now. I can't stay in there past.
Yeah, no, it's already too damn hot.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I pushed myself out. I work in the garage primarily because I'm doing resin or I'm buffing something or whatever. And yeah, I was working on finishing up some D20s, or I was doing something with diabolical sticks. I know that because that's been my obsession this week. And my hands were filthy and had junk. Like there was no touch your face, touch your eyes with these hands. And I couldn't use gloves because I would have glued the gloves together. Like it was just, got to use your bare hands. Mm-hmm. But the sweat is dripping down my face, sitting on my eyelashes and falling off. I'm like, I need to wipe my eyes, but I can't. Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah, the garage gets warm. Garage gets very warm. Thankfully, the tiny shop stays okay-ish through the morning because of the shade it's in.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, been doing that. Been reading a lot.
Same. I think we'll probably talk more about this when we do our behind-the-scenes podcast for Patreon, because it's led to some discussions, blah, blah, blah. But I just finished a book series. Kate Hawthorne is the name. And the series is, hold that thought, I think I can tell you. It's a whoa, cords in the dog. Cords in the dog. Lola. Oh my gosh. Lola she started walking and she had the cords just wrapped around her and she was like, but I'm taking off. So the series that I read is Club Rapture is the series. It's about group of friends. 2 friends own a BDSM dungeon together, and everybody's kinky. It's gay romance primarily. 4th book, it's definitely queer romance because one person is a man and the other person is non-binary. But it was not perfect. It's not a perfect series. But it was good enough in the kink department that I was like, hey, Daddy, I would like you to read these books because I'm trying to articulate what this has made me think about.
Right.
Not that I'm trying to recreate anything out of the book, but like there's a vibe that I'm like, oh, I would like to play with this vibe.
Yeah.
We have not played with this vibe in a long time. And then I could not form the words to describe the vibe. I was like, what do you think about reading this kinky gay romance?
Yeah.
He's like, well, I'm finishing up my book right now. So I have his next 4 reads available for Just saying.
Yeah, Kim said we need to gaffer tape the cords down.
We do.
We do. We've talked about getting the I can't think of what they're called, but the plastic strips.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called, but yeah.
The cords tuck in and they're not left loose. We've said that several times, but we never make it to the store.
No, I mean, we've even had an episode where she unplugged the camera, and we're like, oh, well, we should do something about that.
I know.
Yeah, silent calling us out. There was already talk of getting tape, but one or both of them probably forgot. We do.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We know how to do a podcast. We know our podcast exists. I think about it most of the week. But all of this technical stuff, unless one of us brings it up on a day that is not Wednesday, we do not think about it again until it's time to sit down and prepare. So everything we're like, on one Wednesday, we're like, man, we should really do that. It's gone. And then we remember it the following Wednesday. It's too late.
Well, I've started making a Lowe's list.
I did see that. Is any of that stuff this? Or
no,
is it other stuff?
It's other stuff. This hasn't made it to the list.
Well, I think we both know what you need to do sooner rather than later. Yes. I'm not going to give my daddy a task, but I am going to strongly suggest a thing. Yeah. Some days the mind is like, oh, look, you remembered a thing. And then some days, nope.
Yeah, it's like Sunday, boy. I was on top of everything.
You were on fire. I felt kind of bad. You were very busy on Sunday because you were being you and you were being me. And then you were being nice to me on top of all of that. Like, it was a lot. I think it was a good reminder that we do actually share the load fairly well. Because if one of us takes over for the other, it's double the work that day. It's a long day.
Yep.
Which is why we only do it for each other twice a year.
And then Monday I was on smoker duty.
Yeah, because for Memorial Day we barbecued. We smoked, really, but that was some good pork. That was good fucking pork. I could have just stood at the kitchen counter while you were slicing it and just kept eating it. It was good. It was some good shit. And now here we are.
Yeah.
Just sitting quietly while recording / streaming.
Yep.
And I'm sure it's riveting content for folks.
They're hanging on the edge of the seat.
I know. No,
to see what comes now.
They already know. They already know. They already know. And if they don't know, that means they're new, and they'll learn quickly because we're nothing if not consistent.
True.
The chaos is probably the most consistent thing about us.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try next week because it seems there might be a possible correlation between the fact that I try to stuff this thing in my pocket and then there's static.
I mean, you got on to me because I would not stuff mine in a pocket when I had a pocket.
Yeah, I know.
Like, meh.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Riveting stuff.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. Silent. Look, I'm here to be background noise for anybody who is like doing a craft or a thing. So I would like to have I need to get, when I do it, I'm going to look for a cheap one. I need to get a tablet because that is how I was looking at cross stitch patterns before. And it was amazing. I cannot keep up with paper anymore. Nope. These eyes cannot do it. I've got the lighting situation mostly figured out because a couple years ago, Christmas, I can't remember, I got a super special light specific for cross stitching.
That was Christmas.
But without a tablet to be able to read the pattern well, because it's backlit and you can make it big and you can, oh my god, it was amazing. But the tablet I used was already an old one and then it died. Yeah, I have not stitched in ages. My current thing that I do with my spare time, other than doom scrolling Instagram, is I read. And I'm not reading literature. I am reading Cotton Candy for my brain, and I'm fucking loving it. I don't remember shit when I'm done. This series I still kind of remember because I was talking to JB about it. I've talked to y'all about it. By tomorrow, it'll be out of my... The vibe will still be in my head because it was important enough that I was like, no, I would like to negotiate a scene, please. But
and don't forget your postcard projects that you do.
Right, the get out the vote and the voter information stuff. I volunteer as a postcard writer.
Yeah.
Can't do as much of that as I'd like because you do have to buy your own damn stamps. When I do the postcards for different organizations, and 2 of them I buy my own postcards as well, but they're usually very affordable. So like there'll be a week where it's like, oh, we didn't have that many bills to pay, I'll go ahead and get some. But there's another organization, Postcards to Swing States. For anybody who's interested, Google that, they should pop up. They supply you with your postcards, but then you better make sure you go buy some stamps. And stamps keep going up, and they're postcard stamps, so they're cheaper than first class stamps. But I remember when I started doing postcards 10 years ago, 8 years ago, somewhere in there, it was 26 or 27 cents a postcard stamp. It is now 61 cents.
Wow.
And in a few weeks they go up to 65 cents.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I cannot do as much as I would like. Also, even that, as a volunteer project, they do have deadlines. I still can only start working on them when the deadline is close. And then I will get them done. They will get done. The only thing I've ever missed a deadline by is like one day. I was supposed to mail them on a Monday and I got them out on Tuesday. It was fine. It was still going to get there in time. But, yeah, still need the pressure. Kim, yes, 61 cents for a postcard. Right, because first class stamps are in the 70 something per stamp. So, really, the rest if we go to local dungeons. Not anymore. We do not live close enough to a local dungeon for that to be easy to get to.
Yeah, no.
So.
Miss it.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that the other day, too. We have a lot for our behind... I say that. I'm building it up, and there'll be like 10 minutes of a behind-the-scenes episode. But there's been a lot going on this month for our relationship. Yeah. Mostly conversations, but still, that's important. That's a big chunk of it anyway.
Right.
I know. Do you know it's 9:41?
Wow.
Yeah. Time flies when you get to ride my rant. You had more energy at the end of it because you didn't have to, like, you were just like, ooh, I'll just give my comment and let her go.
Autopilot.
You're right. Exactly. Anyway, we should go because we're old, and this one usually likes to get into the bed around 10, but we'll have to decompress after this, so that'll be 11.
Right.
And I already didn't sleep all last night.
No, you didn't.
And I wanted to play last night, and we couldn't play because you were tired, and now if I'm exhausted tonight, we can't play tonight. And I'm like, but we have to decompress. We cannot do this and go straight to bed. Nobody is sleeping. Nobody's fucking either. Certainly nobody's sleeping. So we have to do the decompress thing. So.
Yep. So, anyway. I guess we can say goodnight to everyone.
I guess we should.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for being here, especially to the bitter end. And yeah, we'll be back next week.
Do it all again.
Bye.
Bye.